Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Lufenia video for the recent event, Gentle Fist. And well, let's begin. I did this event before I pulled for Ursula, so she's not inside the video. In fact, I'm not sure whether I'm even gonna use her. It's just nice to have her, like, you know, on the bench just in case I want to use her. I'm not gonna get her high armor or anything for now, unless she proves to be really valuable. So just bring Makina, Setzer, and Lena. I actually ran a team with Porum, and I did finish it, but the boss actually managed to get one last hit onto Porum, and for some reason the HP damage resist wasn't on Porum. Pretty strange, but it's probably because of the amount of buffs Porum had on her. So yeah, the boss did, I think it was like 9,000 damage, and that is past the HP cap requirement, or the HP requirement, so I couldn't hit that target, so I had to restart. If not, it would have been a perfect ending for that. I believe I didn't even have to run Bartz for it. If I'm not wrong, I ran the twins as a friend support at least. So yeah, because for some reason I just couldn't find a Bartz friend, and yet when I'm done with the Lufenia fight, it's just a bunch. All I see are Bartz as a friend support. It's pretty ironic. So yeah, brought Setzer for the rainbow damage. Lena is mainly to try and deal with the orb requirement. Speaking of orb requirement, this orb is actually pretty weird because it only increases when a player ability grants whoever they are applying it on 100% of max brave in one turn. So you basically have to be at cap brave, if I'm not wrong. So if you think about it, Porum should be able to handle that easily, right? But the thing is, first of all, Porum, if you exclude her LD follow-up, she actually doesn't do much battery. I mean, there is some form of battery, and it is significant, like I believe that 20 to 50%. But it's not able to immediately bring you to max brave, right? And the only ability that Porum has other than her LD follow-up is White Wind. White Wave, her EX ability. And how that works is it actually requires all your party members to have at least some brave in the bank, as I would like to say, some brave before she does that White Wave, because if not, then she will not be able to hit max brave with that. So yeah, it's quite situational, and the problem is that the orb actually only increases by 2 per ally. So if you're only increasing for one character, then you're only it only goes up by 2. And that is actually quite an important fact, because towards the end of the fight, you actually notice that I was able to increase the orb count by 2, and that's the only reason why this is the run you're watching and not a failed run. So yeah, Porum honestly has no issues with maintaining the orb, because at about 50% mark, she's still able to battery the team enough such that the orb will actually increase. But towards the end of the fight, even Lena has issue battering the party. So yeah, you might actually want to take that into consideration, especially I believe it's at the 30% mark when the orb comes back again. So for Porum, you don't really have to worry about HP damage, because she more or less is able to heal the party up, and even then she grants last stand to them. So yeah, you don't really have an issue other than towards the end, making sure that the boss dies while you're still at more or less full HP. Because 5,000 is not really a lot for you to play around with. Lena, on the other hand, does provide passive healing, and she does have some form of burst healing, but it's not really a burst. It's more of a little trickle of healing from her EX, and yeah, the burst comes from her LD, but you're not really spamming much with the LD, right? So like I said, Lena doesn't really have much emergency healing. I would like to say emergency healing. So we have to be very careful with when the boss takes a turn and when I apply freeze on the boss, because as you guys saw just I think about 1-2 minutes ago, the boss was actually doing an AOE Brv into HP attack, and it also delays all my party members. So if it hits all my party members, then every single one of them will get delayed. So, and immediately the boss will take a turn again, or the other boss will take a turn. And I'm not sure if you yeah, you can't see right now because I actually time it such that the freeze will almost always be active when they do that move. But it almost, if I bring a Bartz friend in and the boss does that particular move, it actually removes more than half of Bartz health. So on the off chance that there's no overheal, or there's Lena is not able to get a turn in, or Bartz is just not able to take a turn as well, because if any one of them take a turn, Bartz or Lena, then I'll be able to heal up the damage. But another one of my fail run was when I actually brought a friend's Bartz in, and then the boss just did, like one boss did that move, the delay move, and delayed such that Bartz is pushed back, and then the second boss did the exact same move, and that was it. That was it. Bartz just died. So yeah, you really want to plan when you bring your friend support in, and you also really want to plan when you do freeze joker if you're bringing a set 0. So the boss actually does 3 moves. One, I believe it starts with all, which is what you're about to see right here. But there are 2 all moves for the boss. So the first all that it always does is an AOE Brv attack, and I don't believe it's a guaranteed hit, but it is pretty annoying. But because it actually does put a frame defense down on all your party members. It's called Ren. And then most of the time the second, the rotation at least how I see it goes like this. So you do the Ren all attack and put a defense down, and then after that you will do a single target Brv attack. Sometimes Brv into HP, but most of the time it will be a single target, and it will, yeah, most of the time it's just a Brv attack, and that's the second one. And then the third one will be the delay that you just saw just now, but that could be the aggressive form, when the orb is active, or when the color change, I believe. Yeah, when it's a green color. I believe it's green color. Yeah, green color. Right now, when the orb is active, and then when the orb isn't active, they are less aggressive. In fact, I think the single target Brv plus HP attack is only when they are aggressive. So when they're not aggressive, it's just a Brv attack. But I noticed that this rotation happened very, very fast, and sometimes they might do 2 all attacks in a row. But from the amount of times I tried, so far there are no double delay all attacks, like 2 delays in a row. So yeah, that's you don't have to worry about that. The bosses are not immune to anything; they're just immune to terror. So no Elnash. But other than that, oh yes, when I believe at 79%, it actually got this Lumicide uncannily, something like that, and that's when the orb appears. Yep, the orb appears at 79%. So you will basically put your Brv to 0. Simple as that. Not really a big issue unless the boss, the second boss at least, is about to do its delay move. So the problem is that everybody will break and they will get delayed. So basically, you're gonna have to face 3 boss turns in a row. I believe that's what happened to me when I told you, when I was just explaining about how Bartz died, right? Yeah, I believe that was exactly what happened. So they brought everybody down to 0. Bartz did not have his 3 stacks of burst yet, so everybody was at 0 and everybody died. That was a problem. So the only reason why I brought Bartz is basically because I'm running this particular call for Machina, which is the Seed Rain's call. So the reason why I want Bartz is because Bartz will actually refill everybody's brave when after the launch. So yeah, I can keep launching and I keep doing damage over and over again. So right here I actually made a mistake, was basically because I couldn't really see how far Machina was about to delay himself, and ideally he will actually delay himself just after Setzer's turn, so Setzer can put fixed dice on him, do rainbow damage again, and then Machina can go into the burst. But the problem was that actually you actually see it really soon, because he actually went behind Bartz, so there was no way that I was able to bring him to burst with the friends debuff on boss B, because if you notice B, one of the debuff is about to drop off, and that's actually friends debuff, which is actually very potent. It's kind of a waste that I was not able to burst while that debuff was active. Not that it really matters because of rainbow damage, but yeah, still, it's just that little bit of damage was kind of wasted. So right here I was actually trying, yeah, there we go, I was trying to delay both of them to try and get both to come out of break. Yep, A is out of break, so now B is also out of break, and now I'm going to apply fixed dice on Machina, or rather refresh it, so that when he goes into burst he'll be doing rainbow damage. Yeah, look at that. It was kind of a waste that I was not able to maintain that. But I told myself, you know what, screw it. It's better than having to restart this run again. Because I actually tried this run a few times before I actually managed to get this particular run. So apply the defense down. Since I lost a friend's debuff, I might as well just put a defense down on them. Also, the reason why Bartz is the only one that had the debuff was basically because of Lena. The Wind Drake's buff is still active on everyone, so yeah, none of them is able to, or rather, they will avoid the debuff. So the nice thing about having Machina on the team is that yeah, he's also able to counter them, you know, some off-turn damage. Pretty nice. It would have been more ideal if I was able to burst with Machina earlier, because of his burst move, his HP variant of the burst. So yeah, it would have been nicer, it would have been better, more damage if I was able to burst earlier, but the plan was actually to try and kill them off right here, but they're a little bit too healthy. So yeah, basically I went into burst plus a bit too early. Simple as that. So what I was actually planning to do was to wait for the op to appear at 79% and try and bring them down to 50% as fast as possible. But the problem was that by on the way to bringing them down, I actually burst a little bit too early, which is why you see my burst duration is actually at 4 instead of the usual 6 or 7. You know, kind of a waste, but I mean I still managed to finish this fight, so yeah, not really a big issue. And the reason why 50% or 49% is basically because I want to get the op out of there. You know, I don't have to worry about max brave, the battery, you know, all that nonsense. And so bring them down to 49% and then go into this burst sequence at 30%, so that I can kill them off in this burst sequence. But as you guys saw, they're a little bit too healthy at 41%. I mean, yes, Machina is able to bring them down really fast with this particular move. I like to call it the Angry Machina. But yeah, if they were at 30%, I believe they'll be dead at the end of the burst. At the end of this burst sequence, yeah. So just a little bit too early. So if you guys can time your burst a little bit better, make sure that there's enough duration. Yeah, these bosses are more or less dead. Which is also why I summoned so early in the fight, because this burst was supposed to finish them off, and the summon was more of a in case I couldn't maintain the orb or that I just didn't want to take some form of damage, you know. So yeah, I ran out of the burst and resorted to doing some skill moves on them. Yep, there we go. I mean, honestly, it's still quite decent, but of course you can't compare it to the burst move, right? The 1 million, one button 1 million damage, right? Look at that, 500k. You know, that's not too bad. Not 1 million, but that's not too bad. This is also the reason why the amount of damage I'm doing right here is a lot lesser than what I expected. Still managed to hit 1 million each. So yeah, 10 million. I mean, that is insane, man. I still managed to hit the 10 million cap, the 10 million damage. But it would have been so much more if I had, I think it was 3 more turns on the burst duration, something like that. Yeah, but like I was saying, if they were at 30%, they'll be dead right here because they both started at 41%. So yeah, if you can just time it, if you just endure performing the burst too early, then yeah, you'll be able to kill them off right here. So what I would suggest is just, you know, use a few more of Makina's LD, a few more of his awakening, such that they are low enough for when the time is right for you to burst. But the thing I don't like about Makina's burst is that he actually delays himself. Yeah, it's kind of a weird mechanic. I'm not exactly sure why he delays himself, because most of his moves actually are high turn rate or instant skills, instant turn. Sorry. So yeah, it's a little bit weird that's the way his burst works. Yeah, so I'll finish A off because his up count is actually getting very close. You know, I was actually kind of worried there because B still at 6 or 7 turns now. So yeah. Then he did this, which caused me to go, oh shit, you know. I was like, will I be able to finish him off because of that high turn rate, and then everybody got delayed. Another nice thing is that actually Makina is also able to grant himself max brave because of his LD follow up. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, right? Again, what I should have done here was actually delay with Setzer, so that Bartz is able to go, and then Bartz is able to well, do exactly this. C65, bring the op down to 1, leave the fight, and then Lena will just use her LD and top everybody off. So I was actually banging really hard on the fact that Lena is able to increase the op, because I'm not exactly sure if she was able to. But yeah, strange thing was she was only able to increase by 2. So only one person got max brave, which I'm guessing is herself. So yeah guys, very tight line, very thin line there, but I still managed to get the win. I did slightly worse, I'm not exactly sure why, but managed to hit the HP requirement. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.